Okay, well, it's Jay here, and I'm going to do a quick little thing to kind of follow up on the charcoal bit for means that I use here to kind of, I guess we'll call close the loop and utilize some of the biomass that is so productive here on the island. This is Annabelle, isn't she lovely? She's a heavy biomass producer, so I didn't think that I could possibly make a video without having her be some part of it. Anyway, I think the next thing we'll talk about here is rocket stove. Okay, well, here's my rocket stove. Everybody's wanted to see these. These are pretty simple and useful. Making some sweet potatoes there for breakfast. Anyway, one of the most important things we need for transition technologies here is to be able to move from really convenient first world technologies to stuff that can operate in a more primitive environment, or certainly more directly utilize some of the resources that we have, like all this woody waste. You've seen the videos about making the charcoal. Charcoal is ideally made in a remote site like this out of pretty good sized big chunks of lumber, but you end up with a lot of small stuff, maybe 1.5 or 2 inches or smaller in diameter, that isn't really too great for making charcoal, but you'll find that that's just perfect fuel for a rocket stove. In fact, they were really designed to burn small chunks of wood rather than big chunks of wood. This is a 2x2 cooktop. It's made out of 1/4-inch steel plate. It's running on I think guava rohia at the moment. Really not much to it. Let's see if I can get you a little better pictures of how it actually functions. Okay, well, here's the firebox of the rocket stove. I'll show you what one of these, what the firebox looks like outside of the casing here in a little bit, but you'll see what the basic concept is. The wood goes in there end on, small round pieces, and it's elevated on a grate. And the reason it burns so clean is that the wood actually burns like a candle. You're not heating a whole piece of wood. Only the tips of the wood is burning, and that's why you get so much smoke. Or so little smoke, I'm sorry, as these things don't require a chimney. People in the third world that use them inside. Mine's out on an enclosed porch, but it's certainly, you might have a little smoke odor, but no smoke that you'd really notice. I've got gas installed in it too. It's a steel cap with a 1/16 inch drill bit in it. That's more or less all it takes. That's purely a convenience. It sure helps getting things lit. Again, transition technology. It works turnkey, or it works in extreme circumstances. Not a bad place to go, but yeah, small woody waste, we consume it. Okay, so this is the firebox assembly. This is what's inside there. You'll see that's just a 6-inch well casing welded with a 90-degree in it, 245-degree cuts in one bead. Again, super simple solution. You'll never burn that out. Works like magic. Well, anyway, that's about all there is to rocket stoves. Anyway, I'm just to kind of fill this out. You can come out here and you can look at a piece of the jungle like this and you can say, look at all that. There's invasive trees or weed species, or look at all that dead stuff and whatever. It's worthless. Well, it's only worthless to somebody that's ignorant. There's a tremendous amount of bounty and opportunity out here. It takes a certain amount of labor to extract it, but there exist and there are techniques where a person can come out here and really make a good show of it. I would encourage anybody to give it a shot. Be responsible about it, of course. We don't want to come in here and just tear things up willy-nilly. But, while this is one solution, I'm sure that there's others in other parts of the world, and I'd love to hear about them. We can all have something to learn. But, you know what? There is no such thing as waste. We need to learn to live a lot more efficiently.